We know Indy. Weeknights at 5 and 6.
Live from CBS4, this is your News Now.
President Biden addresses the nation for the first time since he dropped out of the race, what he had to say to Americans. Plus, today is the first day of Colts training camp. What changes you can expect at Grand Park today? It's 5 o'clock. Welcome to CBS4 This Morning. I'm Melissa Crash. Meteorologist Krista McEnany joins us on this Thursday. Good morning.
Good morning. I made it to Thursday, Friday Eve.
And a lot of kiddos are heading back to school. We've got two school districts starting today, Krista. Edinburgh Community School Corporation, Warren Township. I believe there was also some kiddos that started yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that time.
It's that time. We have a lot more next week as well. Everything is, it's just getting into that season. Have a great first day back. Overall weather is going to be looking pretty good. So recess time for you. Things will be really shaping up very nicely. But Live Guardian radar out there now. We do have a few showers. Those are mainly south of Indianapolis. So where we have some light rain, light to moderate rainfall over Edinburgh, over Nashville, nearing Columbus. This drifting off to the south. Even some showers over Bloomington now. And then off into Clay County. We have some showers over Clay City, Brunswick along State Road 59. We're going to continue with these showers that'll continue to move off to the south over the next couple of hours. And then that's it for our rainfall. We will be drying out, increasing sunshine as we head throughout the day, but we are also starting off with some fog. And on my drive in here, while it's showing Marion County, Indianapolis, a 6-mile visibility out at the airport, I drove through some pretty dense fog on my location, on my drive in. So there are some patchy areas of denser fog. Just keep that in mind for your morning commute. As we head on into the afternoon, we'll see temperatures by the lunch hour, upper 70s. Highs today in the lower 80s, lowering humidity. Overall, it's going to be a really great Thursday. Even better weather ahead. More on these changes in my full forecast. Melissa?
Thanks, Krista. New overnight, the Owen County Sheriff's Office makes an arrest in the murder of Malik Sims. He was found dead along a county road near the Owen-Monroe County line. The Sheriff's Office says 25-year-old Quentin Porter Jr. was arrested for murder.
Good morning. The time is now 7:26 a.m. and it's time to get a check of your local weather and traffic. We do have some fog around the area this morning, so a little extra caution may be needed as you're headed out and about. We also have some kids heading back to school, so keep in mind that they'll be standing out at the bus stop this morning. This is the view over downtown Indianapolis. We have a little bit of that fog over the city, as well as some hazy sunshine. That haze also a part of the wildfire smoke that is in the upper levels of the atmosphere and is creating that milky white color to our sky. So we're going to see more of that around for today. There's the fog out there that in some areas it's denser than others, especially as we get into Hancock County out along I-70. Visibility out at the airport in Indy, we're at 3 miles, and down to the southeast Batesville, we're at 2.5 mile visibility. But now that the sun is up, that'll start to mix out and we'll see improving conditions as we head through the morning. We've had a couple of downpours very early this morning. Really, those have pretty much dried up, but wouldn't rule out a couple of additional very isolated showers over the next couple of hours. From here, we're primarily dry. We do have a front that is settling south into the state, so it's going to drive in a drier air mass. We are going to be rain-free into the afternoon hours and on into the evening as well. So a pretty nice Thursday ahead for you. We're at 68 degrees in Indianapolis. We have temperatures mid-60s across central Indiana, 66 in Bloomington, and 63 in Richmond, with dew point temperatures that are currently in the low to mid-60s. We will see these dew point temperatures dropping through the day. So lowering humidity, it's going to feel better on into the afternoon, although air temperatures will be warming. We'll see highs getting into the low and mid 80s. Colts training camp kicks off today. Colt City opening up at Grand Park and Westfield at 9 a.m. Temperatures at that point right around 70 degrees. By 10 a.m. when practice starts, closer to 72. And we'll see temperatures when Colt City closes at noon right around 77 degrees. Warm into the late afternoon, going from the low 80s to 10 o'clock. We'll see temperatures falling into those mid 70s. Let's get a check of our traffic conditions out there this morning. As I mentioned, there is some fog out there, so you might want to take it just a little bit slower. Allow yourself a few extra minutes to be on that commute this morning if you're about to head on out the door. This is I-70 west of Cumberland Road, and here we are at I-69 and State Road 37, a little bit thicker there. We don't have any new issues out there on the roads, just your typical ones that we'd see this time in the morning due to construction and detours. If you're coming in from the east side, traveling I-70 westbound from 465 to the north split. Now we're traveling at 62 miles per hour. And some of your drive times to the airport, I-70 from downtown to the airport, will take you about 15 minutes. We'll be back in another 25 minutes with another update. Now back to CBS Mornings.
Good morning. It's 7:56. Here's a live look from State Road 37. We're going to get a weather and traffic check for you in a moment on this Thursday. But first, let's get to our headlines. The Owen County Sheriff's Office makes an arrest in the murder of Malik Sims. He was found dead along a county road near the Owen-Monroe County line. The Sheriff's Office says 25-year-old Quentin Porter Jr. has been arrested for murder. Earlier this month, Sims did not return home and nobody could reach him. An autopsy revealed Sims died after being shot. A motive has not been released. More than 30 people are displaced following apartment fire on Indy's northeast side. Firefighters were called to Bayview Club Apartments just after 6. Last night, crews are investigating reports that the fire was sparked by a lightning strike. No residents or firefighters were hurt. The Red Cross is helping those families that are impacted by the fire. Now let's get a check of our weather and traffic with Krista this morning. Some clouds out there.
Yeah, we have some clouds out there, but we're going to move most of those on out. We're going to have a lot of sunshine today, but you're going to notice it's still kind of going to be a muted sunshine. We do still have some of that wildfire smoke in the atmosphere, so hazy sunshine is what we will call it for today. Out in Columbus, skies are bright, but we do still have some fog out there. It is improving, but I'd say it's going to take another hour or so before we completely mix that on out of here. So some reduced visibility in a few locations. Live Guardian radar dry now, but we did have some showers, a couple of thunderstorms that passed through early this morning. Wouldn't completely rule out a couple of spotty showers still making it into our southwestern counties as we head through the next couple of hours. We have a front that's settling to the south, so that's what's been triggering the few showers that we've had this morning. But overall, we're drying things out. We'll see lots of sunshine on into the afternoon, and temperatures are going to be warm, but humidity is lowering. We're at 68 degrees right now in Indy, 66 in Muncie. We'll see high temperatures today rising into the lower 80s with those dew point temperatures that will be dropping on into the afternoon. So we'll be feeling a little bit more refreshing as we get later on in the day. All right, let's get a check of our traffic conditions out there because we do have an issue on the northwest side where we have the right lane blocked here at I-465 and West 86th Street due to a crash in the area. This is already an area we typically see slowing, so those northbound lanes of 465 there at West 86th Street are slow in the area. Again, that's a lane block in that area due to a crash there on the northwest side there at 86th Street and 465. Otherwise, everywhere else just moving as it typically does. Some construction areas are very, very slow. Still a little bit of visibility issues, but we're looking better here at Cumberland Road. Melissa?
Thanks, Krista. More local news in 25 minutes. Now back to CBS Mornings.
Live from CBS4, this is your News Now.
Now at noon, a live look at the Indianapolis International Airport where Vice President Kamala Harris has just landed. The reason behind her visit and the heightened security that's in place. Plus, an arrest made in a crash that left 8 injured, including 6 children. How neighbors say this particular driver has been an ongoing problem in the area.
And we're tracking a few showers out there right now, even a thunderstorm off in our northern counties. We will see these showers increasing in number as we head later on into the afternoon. A couple strong storms possible on the timing and the threats ahead.
CBS4 is your local election headquarters, and happening right now, Vice President and presumptive Democratic nominee for president Kamala Harris is arriving in Indianapolis. Thanks for joining us. I'm Melissa Crash. Moments ago, you saw it there. The plane landed at the Indianapolis International Airport, and that's where we find CBS4's Max Lewis right now. Max, tell us what you've seen out there.
CBS4 News at 5 begins with your forecast first.
Well, after a warm, humid day of weather, we got some scattered showers and thunderstorms making their way across central Indiana. Some of these storms are packing some 40-mile-an-hour winds, and there have been some reports of some small hail with the scattered showers and storms as they moved on through. As you can see, most of the rainfall is west of the city right now. Some heavy rainfall going on over in Park County. We'll keep these scattered showers and storms going on through 9 o'clock. After about 11 o'clock, we'll start to see the rainfall taper off and keep our temperature near 70 this evening. In the 7-day forecast, we'll talk about a cool down, a streak of dry days, and a weekend warm-up. It's all on CBS4 News at 5, and that starts right now.
In this moment, I believe we face a choice between two different visions for our nation. One focused on the future, the other focused on the past.
CBS4 is your local election headquarters. Today, Indy hosted the presumptive Democratic nominee for president. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Chelsea Helms.
And I'm Bob Donaldson. Vice President Kamala Harris addressed the national convention of a historically black sorority downtown today. CBS4's Max Lewis begins our team coverage of the vice president's visit from the convention center with Harris's message tonight. Good evening, Max.
Hey, good evening, Bob and Chelsea. Yeah, this was technically a trip by Harris in her official role as vice president. However, of course, the campaign never too far away. The vice president touting what the administration sees as its accomplishments over the past 4 years, but she also shared her vision for the country as the presumptive Democratic nominee.
CBS4 News at 6 begins with your forecast first.
We're tracking some rain on live Guardian radar. We have some heavier showers and thunderstorms going on across west central Indiana. The heaviest rainfall right now going on in Vermilion County, over in the Park County. Some heavy rainfall in Clay County as well. We'll keep these scattered showers going on through about 9 o'clock this evening. After that, things will start to quiet down for us. We'll bring it into the rain, and we'll find our temperature staying in the 70s on through 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock temperature at 68. In the 7-day forecast, we're talking about some cooler, less humid air, but I'm also tracking a warm-up coming our way this weekend, and when we'll see more rain. It's all on CBS4 News at 6, and that starts right now.
Live from CBS4, this is your News Now.
Now at 6, Vice President Kamala Harris comes to the Hoosier State for one of her first campaign events. Her message tonight downtown.
And football fans, get ready. Players reported to training camp today, and you'll soon be able to see them in action. We have the latest in sports ahead right now at 6.
CBS4 is your local election headquarters. We have team coverage at 6 tonight as Vice President Kamala Harris brought her new presidential campaign to Indianapolis.
The presumptive Democratic nominee touched on a number of things, including President Joe Biden's decision to step aside, as well as a number of likely campaign issues. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chelsea Helms.
And I'm Bob Donaldson. CBS4's Max Lewis joins us live from the Convention Center to begin our coverage tonight. Good evening, Max.
Hey, good evening, Bob and Chelsea. Yeah, Harris's trip here to Indianapolis was technically done in her official role as vice president. But of course, we are in full campaign mode at this point. And so Harris took the opportunity to not only touch on what she says are the administration's accomplishments over the past 4 years, but she also shared her vision for the future of the country as the presumptive Democratic nominee.
CBS4 News at 11 begins with your forecast first.
We had a cold front make its way across central Indiana this evening, gave us some showers and storms ahead of the front and back. Behind the front, some cooler, drier air is going to be settling in, so the humidity is going to be lower for us for tomorrow. In terms of rainfall amounts, we did pick up a quarter inch of rainfall here in the state capitol today. We were the lucky winners on the rainfall. We got the most of anyone today. Right now, our temperatures have cooled into the 60s, and for your day tomorrow, expect a mix of clouds and sunshine. Temperatures in the 80s, not as warm and not as humid as we were today. Coming up in the 7-day forecast, we'll talk about a streak of sunny days. We're tracking a weekend warm-up, and I'll let you know when more rain moves in. It's all on CBS4 News at 11, and that starts right now.
Live from CBS4, this is your News Now.
I was in the house, man. I was sitting on the couch, and all of a sudden you just heard a big, loud lightning crack. Bam, boom. It was like a big explosion or something. I've never, 31 years of living, I've never heard no lightning or nothing like that. I done slept through earthquakes, but I definitely heard that.
Developing now on Indy's northeast side, an apartment complex goes up in flames. It happened just before 7 tonight at Bayview Club Apartments on Indy's northeast side. No injuries were reported, but 35 people were displaced. Right now, it's unclear what caused the fire, but the neighbor you just heard from says they did hear lightning strike the building before it burst into flames.
CBS4 is your local election headquarters. Our top story tonight, President Biden delivered a solemn call to defend democracy as he explained his decision to drop out of his race for re-election. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bob Donaldson.
And I'm Chelsea Helms. President Biden says now is the time to pass the torch of leadership. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry has this late report from Washington tonight.